So with no further ado, I'd like to invite up our first speaker, Jaume Sanpera, who's the CEO of Sateliot. Jaume is a highly experienced CEO with over 30 years as a leader in the telecom space. He's founded several companies, including Eurona, which was the first telecom satellite operator in Europe, and founded LEO network operator Sateliot in 2018. So welcome, Jaume.
Thanks.
Thanks.
Morning. For sure, you already know this number. 80% of the world today have no mobile coverage. In the 20% of the world that today there is mobile coverage, there are around 5 billion IoT devices. What maybe you don't know is that in this 80% of the world, there are only 4 million devices connected, which is a very small number. And the reason why is because all the technologies that today allow us to connect something in the middle of nowhere are proprietary technologies, which are super expensive and with a lot of ties out. What we are doing is we are developing a satellite constellation that connects globally, fully standard 5G IoT devices. This means that exactly the same device that today are using the mobile operators, $5, $10 device, you have coverage everywhere, and you have the capacity of connecting it globally. What we are is the extension of coverage of the mobile operators. We do not pretend to substitute them. What we pretend is to complement it. Terrestrial networks are super efficient in the middle of the cities. Satellite is super efficient in coverage. Then we are talking about using exactly the same device with a firmware update, release 17, a firmware, a standard update. Okay? For the end user, it's a seamless roaming experience. They just switch from terrestrial to non-terrestrial networks without doing anything. The customer keeps being customer of the mobile operators, of the MNO, of the local MNO. And for the MNOs, it's a new revenue stream, CapEx-free. We are launching a global constellation that will deliver second half of this year, commercial service everywhere in the world, connecting 5G IoT devices. Our satellites that are prepared to do the seamless experience everywhere in the world with 5G or NB-IoT devices. At the same time, at the ground segment, you have a unique approach that we demonstrated with Telefónica Tech, one of our partners, one of our MNOs, and AWS, Amazon Web Services. Our unique approach allows us to do roaming with few satellites. One of the issues with roaming is that you need to have real-time connectivity between the device and the MNO core. This means that in order to start to deliver the service to final user, what you need is to have connectivity between your satellites in order that you see a ground station that connects with the final call. We have developed and patented a unique technology that allows us to do exactly the same authentication methodology, absolutely seamless for the MNO, in 2 steps. Step 1, we get the keys of the IoT device, and in step 2, we download it to the ground station and finish the authentication. This is a unique CapEx-light and a scalable deployment strategy. We may deliver the service years ahead of anyone else, because we may start with just 4 satellites to do roaming with all the mobile operators. Our go-to-market requires much lower CapEx. And we are going to become profitable without the need to arrive to the near real-time market, where we are going to be in a couple of years. Our go-to-market strategy is super scalable through the MNOs. We have done it in 2 steps. Before the commercial launch, what we have done is we get commitment, binding agreements, binding orders from final users and value-added resellers. At the commercial launch, we're going to convert all these binding contracts into sales through the MNOs, and we're going to generate much more sales through the long tail that have the operators. With this approach, before launching commercial service, we have already achieved 6 million devices connectivity in binding orders. If you remember the first slide, today there are 4 million devices connected. Our approach is so disruptive that before starting even the commercial service, we have already binding orders to connect these 6 million devices everywhere in the world. Because the NTN, the non-terrestrial network standard, the mobile and the satellite industry are merging, is here to disrupt the satellite industry. There is no way back. This is a change of paradigm. Because final customer continue to use exactly the same device. You got satellite coverage at a terrestrial price. And for the carriers, they add additional revenues, much better service for the final user, and they just have to do an easy roaming connectivity with us. We are changing the world because we believe that a connected world is a better world. Thank you.